Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna give you guys my full card updated prediction for each and every fight on this card. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe first of all, and also if you guys do want to support my channel, you can become a member. It's $4.99 a month to become a member on the YouTube channel. You get some live stream perks. I go live like multiple times every week, so that's something you guys want to do. You guys can do that. If you do want to see my official bets, they're free in the link down below in the description. You guys can check it out every week. Also follow me on Twitter. I post my bets on Twitter sometimes, and also if you guys do want to bet on NBA, other stuff, soccer, and even like football, you can join Discord. It's free. So we have a really good Discord community over there. For people dropping picks for NBA, soccer, everything like that. So let's get into this, guys. We got some new matches on this card. We got Rafael Fiziev saving the co-main event on this card, which is now it's only 3 rounds. It's not going to be 5 rounds anymore. But I'm happy that we have a co-main event. I mean, after Hooker, he wasn't able to fight on this card because he was injured. So it is what it is. I mean, it sucks that he's not going to be fighting on this card because that was a better co-main. That was going to be an absolute war, probably a really good brawl. But we got Rafael Fiziev. Their first fight was really entertaining to watch. Him versus Justin. It was really, really, really close. And some people think Fiziev should have won that fight. But it was razor close. And also we got a new matchup that I just heard about just today earlier today. We got Chris Gutierrez taking on John Castañeda. So both these guys had their previous fight canceled, right? So Chris Gutierrez was supposed to fight he was supposed to take on John Matsumoto, and yeah, he was supposed to take on John Matsumoto. John Matsumoto ended up taking on that fight against Rafa like a couple weeks back. I think it was like 2 weeks back at this point. And now John Castaneda was supposed to fight Douglas De Silva Andrade last week at UFC Vegas 103 at the Apex. But apparently the Andrade had a terrible weight cut, some weight cutting complications. I mean, so they're not fighting. He's not fighting Castaneda anymore. So these guys are fighting each other. Probably good. I mean, we need more matches on this pay per view card. This is a really good matchup here. So obviously, Chris Gutierrez, you guys probably know this guy. Obviously, he's been fighting the UFC for he's got over like 10 fights in the UFC at this point. He's a really good striker. Trains out at Factory X Muay Thai. Has decent takedown defense, but he has been getting taken on recently. I mean, he got taken on by Quang Lee. Quang Lee took the fight on short notice. I mean, not really the best sign, right? Getting taken on by Quang Lee, and he was getting controlled. He was getting outstruck. And Quang Lee was closing distance on him. Quang Lee is a striker, not really known for his grappling. So, like, getting taken on by Quang Lee, not really the best look. Even Song Yadong was taking him down, controlling him. I think he controlled him for like 11 minutes in that fight. And Song Yadong is a striker, not really a grappler. So, like, Chris Gutierrez, takedown defense used to be really good, but like he still does get taken on if you push the pace on him. And I think John Castaneda has a wrestling to take him down and control him, maybe even find a submission. And obviously on the feed, Castaneda is gonna be he's gonna have to close the distance on Gutierrez. Gutierrez fights really long. He's gonna look to stay on the outside, leg kick, body kick, high kick. He's gonna do that thing that he does. I mean, striking. So striking does favor Chris Gutierrez, but I'm gonna go John Castaneda. I'm hoping that he's underdog, so maybe we can bet him. If he's underdog, maybe I'll take the plus 3.5 on Castaneda because I don't see Gutierrez finishing him at all. Even if Gutierrez, I think Gutierrez is going to be the favorite because he has a better run, better record in the UFC. He's probably going to be favored on the odds. I mean, I haven't seen the odds yet. I don't think they dropped the odds yet. So we'll see when they drop the odds. I'm gonna take Castaneda. I'm hoping that he's underdog. So maybe the plus 3.5 is probably the bet on Castaneda because I don't see him getting finished. I think the guy's really, really, really tough. My pick's gonna be Castaneda by decision, maybe a split. Even it's gonna be close. Next fight on the card is Ozzy Diaz taking on DeJordan Santos. This one's gonna be fun, man. I actually have a bet on this fight. I did bet on this fight a few weeks back, and I told you guys to bet on this guy right away when the odds do drop. And DeJordan Santos actually opened up as a underdog, I think, and a lot of money's been coming on DeJordan Santos, and there's a good reason for that, right? He's making his UFC debut here, so this is the 185. Ozzy Diaz is cutting down to 185. He was fighting up at 205 in his UFC debut against Jiangmin Yang. That was not a good matchup for him. That was in China. I think that was in China, yeah. So Diaz is a good boxer, has okay striking. Durability really isn't there. We've seen him knocked out multiple times now. But he has been facing pretty hard hitters, right? Guys that have a lot of power. And Jordan Santos doesn't really have the same power as Pfeiffer or Min Yang Jiang. I mean, maybe he does. We haven't seen it yet. But I think overall his game is better. Like he can wrestle, he can his cardio for 5 rounds, he doesn't slow down. His takedown defense is on point. And I do see him taking on Diaz. If you want to take him down, you can take him down. I think you can strike with him. I think striking is okay. He's got more dynamic striking. He's got leg kicks, body kicks. And I just think he's going to be able to put it all together. So we're going to go to Jordan Santos. His odds gotten way wider now. It's almost minus 200 now. I got him at minus 120. I think it's like minus 180 now. So he's like minus 180. Yeah. So I still think he's going to win. So I like the Santos here. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is Myron Santos taking on Marshall, Francis Marshall. I mean, this one's a good matchup, guys. This is a striker versus striker matchup. Marcel's been training over their American top team with guys like Moser Evloev, Gamrod, Grant Dawson. So he's definitely been working on that wrestling because he was exposed in that part of his game when Dolgarian took him down and just beat him up really badly. But yeah, his takedown defense looked better against Bajukia. He was able to take down Bajukia early, but he was able to drop Bajukia in the second on. Then he was kind of fading, couldn't really get the stoppage over Bajukia. Bajukia was starting to walk him down, break him later. And that's the reason that fight was so close. And whereas Mauro Santos, he made his UFC debut in the Ultimate Fighter finale, and he got a really good KO, one of the nastiest KOs I've seen in the Ultimate Fighter finale. And I do see Marlon Santos winning this one. I've been picking Marlon Santos. Now the odds did kind of surprise me. I mean, like he's like minus 350. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be minus 350. I honestly thought it was gonna open up like minus 250 ish, maybe like minus 200 because he's only got one loss, right? And in that loss, what happened was that he was taken down by an LFA. He was only like 21 years old at the time, and he really didn't have much takedown defense back then. I think now training over there, Extreme Couture, his takedown defense is gonna hold up, and I do see him being the much quicker, better striker, more dynamic, better kicks from range, and he has a nasty left hook. And I do see him finding, maybe finding a knockout here. But Marshall is pretty tough though, so maybe he doesn't stop him. But I'm gonna go KO for Martin Santos. I think he can get the knockout. Yeah, the odds are. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna parlay him at minus 350. I mean, maybe I'll play the KO. Minus 350, yeah, I mean, he actually opened up at minus 200. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I thought he opened up at like minus 350, but he actually opened up at minus 200. That's kind of like what I was expecting for him to open up at minus 200. So obviously, a lot of money's been coming in on him, which makes sense. I mean, he's only got one loss, and he's been working on on that part of his game, right? The takedown defense, obviously. So I do see his takedown defense holding up here. Um, Over and under 2.5 rounds plus 120. I honestly think it could go under. I think there's a chance that this one could go under, but Marshall is really tough though. So maybe kind of risky though, but I'm gonna say KO for Santos. Maybe you can play Martin Santos KO or submission. No, no, not that one. You can maybe play Santos KO or just doesn't, but it's probably gonna be like minus 300 too. Maybe I'll put him in a parlay later. We'll see. I want to see how they face off at the weigh-ins and stuff. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is Alex Morono taking on Carlos Leo. So I've been watching Carlos Leo in PFO. I knew about Carlos Leo, but I didn't pick him in his debut. The reason I didn't pick him because I was like, I don't know what kind of takedown defense he's gonna have when he's fighting these guys that are really good at wrestling at the UFC level. We find out this guy has really good takedown defense. He's definitely on the juice. I mean, he looks like he's on the juice on PDs. I could be wrong on that, but just from the optics, I mean, when you look at him at the weigh-ins, it looks like he's on all the juice out there. Obviously, PFL fighters are known for juicing. Not all of them, but some of them. So this matchup, man, Alex Morono doesn't really have the wrestling like Renat Fakadina. And Renat had a hard time getting him down or holding him down. Leo's gonna have more power. He's gonna be dangerous. The odds are like crazy. I mean, minus 700. I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm not betting Morono at even plus 400 because he hasn't looked good. I mean, even that Nico Price was terrible. I mean, the Nico Price fight was terrible. That was generally like one of the worst fights I've seen on a pay-per-view main card. Horrible, horrible fight, and I think he's been looking worse in the past few fights now. But we're gonna go Carlos Leo by KO. I'm gonna say like a first or second on KO. I think he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna find that chin, put it on him. He's got big, big power. He's gonna find that knockout. Leo minus see what the odds are. He's minus 700. I don't know. Like, is it worth parlaying him at minus 700? I do see him winning. If you can get him at minus 500, on if you have bad weight, maybe you can get him minus 500. I think that's really solid for a parlay piece. Under over and under 1.5 rounds. Under 2.5 rounds is probably better overall. But I like Leo by KO. I don't see Morono knocking him out. The way Morono's gonna win, if he can land volume, you can keep him away, and I just don't see him being able to do that for 15 minutes. Leo by KO is the pick. Next fight on the card is Bruno Ferreira taking on Armin Petrosyan. Petrosyan was one of my favorite fighters to watch, and so things haven't really been working out for Petrosyan. I bet him over. I think I did bet him over Christian Leroy Duncan, and I bet him over AJ Dobson, and he cast for me. Then I bet him over Vieira, and he got subbed right away. I mean, he has no takedown defense still because he was training over there at Dagestan for a bit, but his takedown defense is still not good enough. And then obviously his fight with Shura Magomedov was pretty close. It was pretty close before the KO. Not sure who's up on the scorecards. They could have probably, I don't know what the judges, maybe they had Shura up, maybe because they're in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia. Sure, they probably had Shura Magomedov up on the scorecards. But it was really close. I mean, the guy's a technical striker. He's going to be the much better technical striker here, but I don't think he has the same power as Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira just hits way harder, has a knockout power, also can wrestle mixing takedowns. So I am gonna go with Bruno Ferreira here. I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira by ground and pound KO TKO. I think you can take him down, hold him down, man. He's got really good judo. We've seen him take down Phil Haas. I mean, we've seen him take down other guys. And I think Bruno Ferreira is not really gonna respect his power all that much. He's gonna be walking him down, looking for takedowns, and he's underdog. So I'll take Bruno Ferreira here. He's plus 130. He actually opened up at minus 150. Okay, give me Bruno Ferreira plus 130 underdog pick on this one. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is Ray Tsuruya taking on Joshua Van. This one's gonna be pretty straightforward. I've been picking Joshua Van, even in my early breakdown. I watched more tape on Ray Tsuruya. This is short notice for Ray here. Joshua Van was supposed to fight Bruno Silva in this spot, and Bruno Silva maybe had some injuries or whatever. So Ray is taking this fight at short notice. I'm sure there's always training. He's always in training camp. Just waiting to get the call from the UFC. He's a pretty solid wrestler. I mean, grappler, and he can grapple pretty well. But do I see him holding down Joshua Van for 15 minutes? Nah, I don't see that happening. Maybe you can take him down early, hold him down for a bit. Maybe he's gonna look for heel hooks, submissions like that. He's got pretty sneaky submissions, but I don't see Joshua Van getting caught up in something like that at this point. He's got UFC experience now. He's been here way longer. He's only 23 years old. This guy fights every couple of months, and he's the one on full cam. So I think he's gonna be more prepared. Give me Joshua Van. I do see Joshua Van winning this one. I don't know. Does he finish him? I could see him finishing if Tsuruya gets really tired, trying to go spam takedowns on him. Give me Joshua Van by a third round KO or submission. I mean, or decision. I mean, not submission. Imagine he submits him. That'd be pretty wild. Joshua Van. I'm actually gonna end up playing him in a parlay. I like him. Minus 190 for Joshua Van. I was honestly hoping the line would be like maybe it would be like even money because Ray's undefeated. But I guess they're not really looking at the undefeated record all that much, Ray. Yeah, give me Joshua Van by probably by decision on the scorecards, maybe. All right, guys, let's move on. Next fight on the card is Curtis Blaydes taking on Rizvan Kuniev. Man, this one's like I'm having second thoughts about picking Blaydes here because I've been picking Blaydes, and I think the Blaydes pick should make sense here. He's only been getting knocked out by some of the best guys out there. Sergey Pavlovich has crazy power. Tom Haspel has crazy power. Ngannou has crazy power. I mean, Derek Lewis has insane power. Rizvan Kuniev is training with Ankalaev for this camp. I mean, so he's gonna be prepared, and he looks like he's in pretty good shape for this fight. And this one's tricky. Like I might go with the Kuniev as a pretty big underdog. I mean, can he take down Curtis Blaydes? Maybe he can take him down. I mean, we just seen Almeida take him down like over like 9 times in that first round. Maybe Kuniev can take him down, hold him down for a bit. The only problem with Kuniev is like striking is really not all that great. Like from range, like he doesn't really throw a lot of leg kicks. He's gonna get in close clinch. That's where he can land elbows and like land body shots and stuff like that. I mean, so I don't know if he's gonna be as quick as Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is probably gonna be much faster. And I might go with Kuniev. I mean, we'll see. I might go with Kuniev, but I don't know. This might be too much too soon for him in his UFC debut. Uh, I'm gonna go Kuniev. I'll take the underdog pick Kuniev. We'll see what happens. I mean, Kuniev right now is he's fought pretty solid guys in PFO, so like it's not like he's not gonna come in here with no experience, right? He's been doing this for a pretty long time. Plus 260 for Kuniev. Honestly, he might have a chance here, maybe. I'm gonna go Kuniev to win. Next fight on the card is Mauricio Ruffy taking on Bobby Green. Bobby King Green, I mean. This one should be fun, pretty straightforward. Bobby Green is a good striker, has a ton of volume, and Ruffy has power. He's the one that's up and comer right now from Fighting Nerds. I mean, that team's an absolute fire right now. Obviously, I'm picking Mauricio Ruffy by KO. I think he's gonna knock him out probably first rounds. Probably in the first round. I'm gonna say he knocks him out in the first round. Bobby Green is pretty slick though. He's fought way better opposition. I mean, we can't overlook that. But his best days are way behind at this point. And he's been getting finished a lot. I mean, so he's not going the distance anymore. He got finished by Jalen Turner, finished by Paddy Pimblett. He was finished by like the Paddy Pimblett fight was such a bad look. I mean, he shot a takedown Paddy Pimblett. Why would you shoot a takedown Paddy Pimblett? And I mean, he knocked out Grant Dawson with the first, like, I don't know if that fight went past the first minute. I think Grant Dawson would have just taken on. Udober finished him. He was looking good in that first round against Udober. I don't think he's gonna look good here. Ruffy by first round kills the pick. Ruffy right now is minus 460. I still think it's a good parlay piece, even at minus 460. Honestly, I think that's kind of a discount. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is Amanda Lemos taking on Lucindo. Lucindo. So if Lucindo can get takedowns here, so he's probably gonna win. If he can't get takedowns, I think he's gonna be in big, big, big trouble. And I don't like her wrestling that much. My problem with Limos, like, why I haven't better yet. I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I've been thinking about it because he opened up at minus 125 or something like that. A lot of money's coming in on Lucindo because he's younger, to 23 years old. So I get it. I mean, so, like according to stats, I mean, the younger fighter wins at a high percentage. And I can see Limos maybe pulling a guillotine, making a mistake like that, going for guillotines. Honestly, I'm still gonna pick Limos. I think he's far way better opponents. He beat Dern. I mean, he almost finished her. So he should have finished in the second round. I mean, the referee gave Dern a chance there to recover. And I mean, Vernon Jandroba, we picked Vernon Jandroba by a second on submission. That was a really good call there. And obviously, Jang Lee beat her up, but Jang Lee's dominant. I just haven't seen him, man. I'm not impressed by Lucindo. Like, is he been out there, like, took down Marina Rodriguez, like, he was ground and pounding, landing nasty elbows, maybe I'd be like, okay, this he's actually really good. If he can get takedowns, he's gonna be able to control her for a long time. But her striking is just underwhelming. I don't like her striking that much. See, I don't think she has a lot of power, so I don't see her doing too much damage on the feed. So he finished Paulie and Vienna, who's a part-time fighter, full-time at OnlyFans worker. I mean, Bogdangrad, I don't hold any stock beating Bogdangrad. I'm going Limos. I'm gonna go Limos. I'll go Lemos by I think this isn't honestly. I'm gonna go Lemos on so you could find a KOT. Well, Lucindo is pretty tough, so I don't know if I see a finish here. Maybe Lemos by submission. I mean, that might be sneaky because he'll like go for a guillotine, ninja choke, and stuff like that. Maybe so he'll go for a guillotine here. I'm gonna go Lemos by KO TKO. Honestly, this isn't probably goes longer. Someone's MMA. They're strawweight. I mean, all right, guys. Let's see what the odds are. Amanda Lemos plus 126. Yeah, give me the underdog plus 126 underdog. Alright, guys, let's move on. We got Jalen Turner taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. This is Bahamondes' crack at the top 15. We'll see if he can pass the test, Turner test here. And Turner's dangerous, man. Turner, like, he made a mistake trying to get that 300K bonus at UFC 300. He's trying to get that walk-off KO. Fumbled. One of the biggest fumbles I've seen in a long, long time. Then obviously knocked out Bobby Green in the first round. And then he had a close fight with Hooker. He was landing pretty nasty shots on Hooker, rocking with a high kick at one point. But Hooker just wasn't willing to fucking go away. And his chin held up in that fight. Gamera had a really close fight with Gamera. I think took the fight on short notice, by the way. And he was getting controlled, but honestly, on base and damage, he probably should have won that fight. My problem with Turner is like if he can't finish you in the first 2 rounds, he kind of like fades. I mean, he fades really hard. And no one's been able to knock out Bahamondes. I mean, we've seen Klein knock him down early, but the guy's really, really, really tough. And I think this is like one of the first times that Turner's fighting someone that has the same reach and height as him in the UFC. Right? I don't think I've seen anyone. I haven't seen him fight anyone that has the same that can match him in the physicality, and the reach, and the length. I'm gonna go Bahamondes. I'm gonna go Bahamondes by does he finish him? Maybe a third round KO TKO. Maybe he doesn't finish him. I don't know if he's gonna finish him, but I'm gonna go Bahamondes here. Bahamondes probably third round finisher this season. Bahamondes minus 115. Yeah, the line flipped. I mean, when I picked him, he was underdog in my early breakdown. Over and under. Oh, I think it goes over 1.5 rounds. I can see this one going over 1.5 rounds. All right, guys, let's move on. We got Justin Gaethje taking on Hafil Fiziev. Man, I'm a big Hafil Fiziev fan. I actually bet him in that Gamera fight. I lost like 5-6 units betting on that fight. Probably I think that was one of my worst nights betting. And I had a parlay with Battle. So many parlays ending with Hafil Fiziev. Then I actually doubled up on his money line before the fight. And I was so pissed off. He got injured in that one. Wasn't TK. I mean, it was a leg injury. He was throwing a body kick and he injured his ankle. Now he's coming back after layoff, almost over a year off. Man, Hafid Fiziev is a much more technical striker than Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is a brawler. He's got some technique, like he's got nasty leg kicks. This is a rematch, obviously. Like we all seen how the first fight went. It could have gone either way. It was really close. Justin Gaethje's coming off that knockout loss to Max Holloway. We did pick Max Holloway there, but that was a nasty. Took an absolute beating. Took so much damage in that fight. This before that, I mean, knocked out Pereira with a nasty eye kick. Then he fought Fiziev before that. So Oliveira, I think he dropped Oliveira early. Well, people drop Oliveira all the time. I'm gonna go Fiziev, guys. I'm gonna go Fiziev. I think Fiziev, if he's 100%, if he's prepared. I know he's taking this fight on short notice, so that might play a factor, maybe. But I was watching that Gaethje fight back against Max Holloway, man, and the guy he looked terrible. I mean, he's getting hurt over and over and over. I'm kind of worried about Fiziev though, like the gas tank. I'm kind of worried about the gas tank maybe. But honestly, I think Fiziev can win this one. I do see him winning this one. Does he get the KO or does he find a finish in this one? I'm gonna say KO. I'll say Fiziev by KO. I think he can get the KO. I don't know if I'm gonna end up betting on him because like the layoff and injuries and all that might play a factor maybe. Give me half of Fiziev minus 140. I honestly think he can win this one. All right, guys, let's move on. The main event. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And let's go. We got Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev, our number one contender, Magomed Ankalaev. This should be fun, honestly. And if Ankalaev goes out there like the way I think he's gonna go out there and fight, he should win this fight. I mean, he should mop the floor with Alex Pereira. My only concern is that he's gonna look to strike with Alex Pereira because he might have a big ego. I've been picking Ankalaev and I bet Ankalaev already at plus 100. I'm picking Ankalaev here. I picked Pereira in that last fight. I picked him over Project. I picked him over Jamal Hill, and he's looked really good. I mean, he's definitely one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the UFC or in MMA overall. I mean, in general, he's got so much. He's been so active too in the past few months. I mean, Magomed Ankalaev obviously has more ways to win with the wrestling ground and pound. I think he has nasty ground and pound when he is able to get takedowns, and I do see him getting takedowns in Pereira. He's got to be careful early. Obviously, if Pereira has one punch KO power, he might be able to catch that chin on Ankalaev. Ankalaev's pretty tough, though. I mean, he's pretty tough. The only time I've seen Ankalaev drop, it was by Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos was on all the steroids back then. I'm gonna go Ankalaev, guys. We'll see what happens this week, but I'm picking Ankalaev to win this one. Probably by decision. Maybe ground and pound finish, maybe, but I'm gonna pick Ankalaev by maybe decision. I think he's gonna control the fight. He's gonna control the pace. But he's gonna have to get respect for Alex for because if he doesn't make some takedowns, Pereira's probably just gonna walk him down and not respect his striking maybe. But I think Ankalaev's gonna get respect on the feet also, and he's gonna be. I think he's gonna make him think about takedowns. I don't think Ankalaev is a fuck. I don't think he's a dummy, right? He's not stupid. So there you guys go. Those are my full card predictions. We're gonna go Ankalaev, Fiziev, Bahamondes, Lemos, Ruffy, Kuniev, Joshua Van, Bruno Ferreira, Carlos Leal, Martin Santos, picking Jordan Santos, and I'm picking John Castañeda. So there you guys go. Those are my full card predictions on this card. And the bets that I have right now is Magomed Ankalaev at plus 100, and I have Santos, Jordan Santos at minus 120. Those are my only two bets. I'm probably going to do a parlay, and I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video before you leave. I'll see you guys next one later.